here so that it gets a proper cut, and we can move the whole loop cut when we're done. We just want to add one little cut here. Go to F4 and see we didn't put it in the right spot, so let's go here to loop selection, or the rectangle selection. I don't know why I call it loop, but that's what I call it. So we'll hold that right there, all those. Then let's move it down so that it's the top right there. Okay, and we've pretty much got our section there for the tailpipe. But also, we're going to go ahead and cut the spots for the license plate to go to. So go ahead back to your knife tool. You can use spacebar or select the tool. Make another little cut right there. Go to F4. And let's see if we can get away with a straight cut here. Okay, go 1, 2 there. Okay, and we won't do the other side because we're going to cut the bumper in half anyways, but we'll just add a cut there and a cut there. Actually, we're going to delete that side anyways. All right, now we're ready to extrude these parts out to make the spots for these. So what we want to do here is we want to go here and select these polys right here. Go ahead and select them. And we want a smooth look to it. Select those two up there. And we'll go ahead and do the extrude. Do a little bitty one and then do one big one. And you want to just go ahead and pull that down and do one more. There we go. Now delete. Okay. Do your live selection tool. Go in here and select these polys right here and delete those. Okay. F4 to the front view. And you want to go and select your points here. Go ahead and select all your points. Right click optimize. Okay. And then your rectangle selection tool. And then pull that up a little bit so you get a more of a round shape here. And grab that one and grab that one. And pull in just a little bit. And we'll leave it like that. Okay, there you go. And what you may want to do is go ahead and grab, we shouldn't extrude it that far, so let's go ahead and just back all that back out. We just want to extrude a little bit to hide it, so there's one extrude, so let's do one more. Oops, we're in point mode. We need to go to polygon mode. Sorry about that. Just to give it some depth, and one more time, and then delete. There we go. Then go to your live selection tool again. Select all these polys right there and delete those. And there we go. We have our spot cut for our pipe here. And what we'll do is actually go to F4 front view. Now go to points and select these points right here and go up with them just to give it a little bit of a curve. And we can round that off as we model along a little bit longer. But first thing we're going to do is go over here and optimize and get rid of the points, selecting all the points and optimizing. And we want to go back to polygon mode, live selection, and we want to select all these right here and all these right here. And we want to do an inward extrude. There's one, and then one more. And we don't want to delete those, but we do want to delete these bottom ones right here. Okay. Delete those and go to F4 to make sure we're lined up right. There we go. We got our spot for our license plate to go. And we need to line it up a little bit better. And you can see our reference image is off for some reason. I must have moved it or something like this. So let's go ahead to config all, back, select it, and we need to move the X over just a little bit. There we go. We're lined back up. There we go. Now we can go back to points mode and do our loop selection, rectangle selection, and move these into their proper spot. There we go. And move these over. There we go. Make sure we're still line them on the side. Yeah, we're going to move these over just a little bit. There we go. All right. Now we want to give this just a little bit more roundness to it. And I've actually changed it a little bit where this is a little bit, the tailpipe's going to stick out a little bit more. So what we're going to do is we can actually drop this down, pull it down, and it's not going to mess up our shape any. 3. But we do need to pull this out a little bit, and that may mess it up. Let's see. Now let's do a quick little render and see what happened. It looks pretty good. Still got that line there, so we'll leave it like that. Okay. But before we do that, first thing we want to do is go back and set that up straight like that, and we want to go back to the knife tool and do another loop cut here. Okay, there we go. Now, let's go to F3, side view, rectangle selection tool, and go ahead and pull those, oops, not those, just these, pull them out a little bit, grab these, and pull those out a little bit, grab those, and pull those out just a little bit. There we go. All right. Now, 4 again, and we want to give this a little bit more rounder look to it. So, scale tool, select those points. And let's see if we can get away with moving these down without messing up the mesh too much. All right. It's a little bit better. Let's do a render and check it out, see what happened to it. We still got our straight line there, which I think is actually the bottom of the truck. So let's go to our material manager, double click this, and turn off the transparency. There we go. Now let's do a little quick little render and see what we get. There we go. Got some little points there, so what we can do is actually move these up. Let's do them together. Move these up like that, and then take these, move them out, and then down a little bit. There we go. All right, there we go. And go to top view, and what we're going to do now is go back here, make sure you have the rectangle select tool, and delete all these points right there. Then go to the object manager and select that and say back BMPR bumper. All right, and then take it and drop it down into the symmetry objects. There we go. And what we need to do too is select it because we're going to move it in position now. Let's go to F3. And you can just select all the points and move them if you want to, or you can go to the object manager and move it into position like that. There we go. All right, and there is our back bumper finished. Looks pretty good. And that's the end of step 20, the back bumper.